It's been 18 months of planning, countless hours of phone conversations and text messages, and now we're here in the UK for the next month. We'll be spending 2 weeks in London, then we'll be heading up to the Cotswolds to enjoy a few days of the English countryside, then further north to the medieval town of York, and then finally finishing off the trip with a few days in Edinburgh. So please feel welcome to come along and enjoy us on our adventure. So we're here, you can see we made it to London, and specifically we're at Paddington Station. We don't know what our plans are for today. We're thinking maybe we'll go to Leadenhall Market, we might have a brunch at some stage, and we're just going to do some wandering around and exploring and see what our first day in London holds. I'm standing in the beautiful Leadenhall Market. We've got some workmen doing some construction in the background, but this dates back to Roman times, 70 AD. And at one stage occupied an area that was bigger than Trafalgar Market. So we're here early in the morning, so it's not yet open, but it does mean that we get a really good chance to explore it and have it to ourselves while we look around. From Leadenhall Market, we decided to walk in the direction of the Tower of London, and we saw kind of a laundry list of London's landmarks. So we saw Tower of London, Tower Bridge, St Paul's Cathedral, Palace of Westminster and Big Ben. This is our first day. We ended up walking over 8 kilometres and I was pretty exhausted. We've been staggering around London, kind of limping along and our feet are so sore. My back is so sore, completely exhausted now. Just we've been walking for kilometres and kilometres. And my friend goes, I want Asian. I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. You know, you find somewhere because she's a foodie. I have no idea. And she's found us some like super duper spectacular restaurant that's tucked out of the way. It's called, what's it called? Noble Palace. Okay. It's called Noble Palace. It looks absolutely amazing. So if you're in London and you're looking to treat yourself, I think this might be the place. We're here today in Kensington Gardens, just having a walk around and exploring. Had delicious lunch. There's an Italian garden and an Italianate cafe, and we had pizza. It was really delicious and it wasn't badly priced, so that's pretty good. And now we're heading over to see Kensington Palace, so I mean probably we'll bump into Will and Kate and say hi like we normally do. So yeah, that should be good. Kensington Palace is divided into 3 main exhibits. The first was Victoria, a royal childhood, and you started off with a bang with this display of 3 incredible tiaras that you could have a look at. From there, it was a series of rooms taking you through different parts of her childhood, and it was certainly a lot more sadder than I thought it would be, especially for that of a future queen. You can see the ballroom here. This is where she met her future husband, Alfred, when they were just 16 years old. And then in this room you can see these portraits, and they're actually on loan by His Majesty the King, which we thought was really interesting. From there you walk into the King's state apartments, and through this pretty normal door you look up and it's the grand staircase, and it was absolutely jaw-droppingly beautiful. And very appropriately they were playing an excerpt from Zadok the Priest, which has been used at coronations for a number of years now. And the series of staterooms for the king, as was explained in the palace display, was that the rooms sequentially got more important. So the further in you were, the more important you were until you could perhaps see the king. And then from there we went to the Queen's State Apartments. You can see this beautiful wooden staircase, and it's much less grand. And this was where the family primarily lived. And it really had this homey, comfortable feel. So these series of rooms were completely different to the King's apartments. And And then finally there was a dress codes exhibit, just showing different fashions from across the years, and here's Queen Victoria's, one of her many morning dresses that she wore. After that we headed outside and were able to follow this cute little path through hedges to the sunken garden, and this was an incredible tranquil spot with layered plantings, this beautiful water feature in the middle, and it was just a really lovely way to end our day at Kensington Palace.